Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband. Welcome back to Becoming. What a crazy episode last episode was. Sorry about the blur. I had no idea, but I fixed it. That way I didn't violate any TOS of any sorts. Kind of came to a surprise as me. Not much to say. I'm excited to get back into it to see where this goes. I have no clue how much longer this goes on, or what else we're in store for, but I'm excited to see. If you're enjoying the game, I suggest you go pick it up. A link to it will be in the description. Help support those developers and creators who have a dream to make games like this. Support, support, support. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when my videos go live. Let's get into it. Where do we leave off? Oh yeah. He had hired movers for some reason. And he found this box of stuff that used to belong to his ex-girlfriend Kim, which he hasn't opened in 5 years. Looks like there's a bottle of lotion, maybe a bra, a pair of underwear. Not too sure what this is. Maybe a hat. Adam's gotta know. Adam's gotta know what's inside of it. Snoop. That's not fair. You can't call that achievement Snoop. The stuff has been in there for 5 years. She never came back for it. It can't be a Snoop. At this point, it's his property, by most laws. Adam assumed she might come back one day for her towels, maybe her headset, or it could be for her lotion. He reached to the bottom of the cardboard to get a look at all. He reached to the bottom of the cardboard to get a look at the old handkerchief made of multicolored linen. It turned out it was not a handkerchief. Bruh, why you creep? Why you be creeping? Adam was holding Kim's underwear, gently rubbing it between his fingers, as if it was the first in many months he hadn't touched any. Although it had been there for quite some time, and bore no sense of intimacy, I remembered her smell, which triggered something he hadn't felt in a very long time. He knew he had another hour, maybe two, before Sandra would get home and decide to indulge himself. I don't want to. Within a couple of seconds, he launched the video-on-demand app he barely ever used for drinking. Excuse me? Within a couple of seconds, he launched the video-on-demand app he barely ever used for drinking would make him impotent and ordered the list of movies by pricing. One was highlighted with a based on our recommendations overlay. Since this seemed to be the cheapest flick he could find, he one-click bought it and hit play. Does he not have the internet? Does he not have a smartphone? Like... Huh? What the... Oh, never mind. I'll be done in a few minutes anyway. Adam fast-forwarded the movie to the 24-minute mark and hit play when he was the last time he cleaned the remote since it was a bit sticky. He was surprised, for he felt aroused by the scene, although the performers were born males. He reached down between his legs, but stopped midway. What is this? He noticed a white spot on the cushion Sandra used to lay her head on. The same stain was on the quilt she used to sleep on. He noticed a tiny white crust on the remote next to the play button. What is this? It looks like Sim... Adam rushed to the bathroom in a frantic pace. He washed his hands like a surgeon before surgery. Every millimeter of his skin had to be clean of that disgusting fluid. For the next 10 minutes, he cleaned the sofa, the cushions, and the remote, using all kinds of detergents he had. The quilt was done for. He still couldn't believe she would have done that on his sofa, on his quilt, on his cushion. She could have done it in the shower, but not where I sit when I get home from work. Pictures of her pleasuring herself started to pop up in his head. He bit his lip to chase them off, only to bring them back a memory. That night when he saw her naked for the first time, he had stopped seeing her as Ryan. He reckoned she was now sort of a woman, yet knowing she was somehow still a man really made him angry and torn. Still, he was not insensible to her glamour and started to feel funny again. Insensible. Lost in his thoughts, he did not notice Sandra opening the door. Her footsteps acted like an alarm. Watch out for the A feeling of warmth filled his abdomen where her cheeks had fallen upon. She didn't move for a few seconds, which lasted hours for Adam. For the first time, their skins had collided, and they both froze as if they both appreciated that feeling. Geez, I could have died, man. What's with that stupid bag in the hallway? Adam quickly stood up, holding his back, for the old pain now was awoken. He waved artfully. It's nothing, just some cleaning. I threw out the quilt. It was, stained. Sandra shook her head. I'm sorry, you know how it is. It was so yummy. I forgot to clean it up yesterday. Adam could not compute what she had just said, but he ventured a question he knew he might regret. Yummy? Duh, of course, ice cream is yummy. You bought macadamia's vanilla-flavored ice cream? What did you expect? I had to eat the whole thing. Adam felt stupid inside to apologize, but she had other plans. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that was your plan for your day off. Oh. Adam followed her eyes to the evidence laid down on the table, a tissue box, what looked like lotion, and obviously a porn movie. That's not what it looks like. I mean, the quilt and... She looked down, giggling. Don't worry, that happens to me too. Except I'm not packing a tree trunk like you. Adam ran toward his room, ashamed. He picked the first pants and shirt he could find, and swiftly put them on. Her laughter faded out slowly. If you threw the quilt away, does that mean I have to go too? Adam was still trying to get rid of his by thinking about unattractive things. Well, what do you think? Your backpack is in the training room. Go fetch it. After a while, he had managed to hide some of his arousal and headed to what used to be his training room. This cannot be what I think it is, can it? Her trembling voice went through his heart like a spike. Can't have you sleeping on the sofa forever, so I thought you know. She brought her tiny hands to her chest. I don't know what to say, but what about your weights? What are you going to train now? Adam tilted his head, pointing at the door next to this bedroom. I don't mind exercising in my office, until you get your own place. I don't. Why did you... I got you a computer so you can do your artworks. There are plenty of opportunities online these days. Adam paused. No rent to pay, just finish your training, make some dough, and then you can be on your way. Look at the bright side. I get my sofa back, you get the ice cream in your bed as much as you like. Huh? A soft toned thank you resonated through what was now her bedroom. Geez, get off of me already. Why, I oughta. November 21st. What? What is this? What am I looking at here? What are these two men doing in the bathroom? It looks like Adam's giving Oda a piggyback ride, because you can see he has his legs wrapped around him. It doesn't look like Adam's not enjoying it. Please let me meet her. I'll do anything for you, brother. Let go off me. Adam fought with all his strength to get the deadbeat off his back. Damn. This here is a workplace. Why are you so turned on? I just mentioned she had boobs, like all women. Oda! Took a deep breath. Here's the thing. I've never been with a she-male, and what you described made me so excited. Adam stopped paying attention to what his subordinate was saying. Please describe again. I so need it. Describe what? Her boobs, man. It was long ago. I can't real... Ah! Why didn't you tell me when that happened? Get off me. You had a point. Why didn't I tell him about that night? Of all people, Oda would have been the only one Adam could have talked to about what happened that night. Or at least parts of what happened. When he realized that she was desirable at any topless woman, his life paradigm switched completely. Does that make me gay? Adam shook his head. Nonsense. He left the bathroom and headed to his office. Passive assets are currently being reviewed. Maybe we should... 10 minutes had passed since the meeting started. Still felt like an eternity. Audrey had been a junior advisor for 6 months, and nothing could stop her from becoming a valuable asset for the company. Actually, she was already invaluable, but not just for her thorough reports nor her flawless spelling. On her first day, she kicked Oda in the balls when he whispered something dirty to her. With that pervert kneeling down trying to catch his breath, she looked at Adam and listed all the violations to the behavior code Oda had breached. Adam just smiled, thanked her for her integrity. Speaking of the devil, this is so boring. Can we go now? Audrey answered with her middle finger and continued to read the report, raising her eyes to Adam after each sentence to make sure he had not made any mistakes. Good work, Audrey. You can email it to Felshawn and Galasari tomorrow. She nodded. Can we go now? Pleaded Oda. Adam winked at Audrey. Let's read it again, shall we? No, kill me right now. Okay, guys, time to go home. As a few minutes later, as they were about to part ways, Oda suggested they could grab a drink to celebrate Audrey's report. Although he had spent an hour leaning on a chair like a sloth on a branch, he had paid attention. Audrey clapped her hands. Oh, I could go for a drink. Good, it's easier when women are drunk. Oda quickly reared back his defensive posture. Very classy, she said. I'm glad your father did teach you something valuable. They kept bickering at each other all the way to the bar, but Adam could tell they had some sort of mutual respect. He would tease her for being a lesbian. She would tease him for being a microscopic genitals. Adam was nothing but a chair umpire, calling out points and faults. 30 all. Out. Ace. Cheers. It's a funky beat. It's a funky beat. As usual, Oda discussed his issues with his wife after his first drink. Loss of intimacy, pressure of being a father, sleepless nights. Then the second drink triggered a rant about how pricey sex workers were. Finally, the third drink made him shut up and moan like a baby. Every single time. What do you think, boss? Should we order another round to cheer him up? Audrey knew very well how Oda worked. The fourth drink, either a vodka or gin, would turn him into a gigantic pain in the ass, but at least he would stop sobbing. An hour filled with laughters and mundane talks had passed when Adam decided to head home. If it weren't for a couple of stray cats, no passerby would notice his awkward tipsy stance. Fireball ignited in his throat, mostly as a result of the cheap booze he drank. Adam could have called a cab to drive him home, but knew he had to sober up, for he now had someone waiting for him. He stopped by a kebab shop to ease his hunger and to soak up the alcohol. The second he opened the door, he was cheerfully greeted by Sandra. Good evening, roommate. Drunk or not, anyone could have guessed she had perfectly adapted to her environment. No one would dress like that if they were just guests. She was living with him now, and he was happy he managed to give her a safe place to stay. He responded with a casual, "So we're roommates now." Adam didn't have to force himself not to look at her outfit with insistence. But he had to admit, she looked really nice. He fell on the couch like a dead weight, not minding her. God, I'm beat. Sandra looked at him with a broad smile. How was your day? Adam puffed. Boring. Yeah, I can smell how boring it was. Oh, this? Nah. We just went for drinks with some friends. Adam closed his eyes and took a deep breath. I'd love to have a few drinks with your friends one day, so I can meet them. Adam knew this could never happen after what he had told Oda. He thought he could invite Audrey over, unless Oda had told her. On the one hand, he understood how she could use a night out socializing. Ever since she moved in, they never went out once. On the other hand, he felt a bit ashamed. Massaging his temples, he nodded. Yeah, we'll do that. She stood up and headed to her room. I'm going to watch a training video. Good night, Adam. Adam passed out on his bed within a few seconds, but the only thing on his mind was that feeling of shame he dreaded if they went out together for a drink and if someone found out. We're not dating, so why should I feel ashamed by her? A bell sound resonated in the apartment. At first, Adam thought someone made a mistake. Then it all made sense. She kicked me out, man. Oda was sobbing, or maybe he was oozing out from booze from the thermal glands? No one could tell. The only thing Adam, wrapped in his robe, knew was he needed to solve his problem as soon as possible. Will you behave? Adam asked his friend. Yeah, man, I just need a place to crash. I maxed all my credit cards, otherwise I'd gone to a hotel. Sex workers take credit cards now? Adam joked. This humor straight backfired on him when Oda started to cry. Adam helped him get to the living room. Stay here, I'm going to get dressed, and I'll make some coffee. He grabbed some clothes from the ground and dressed up before going back to the living room. Her laughter echoed, and it was not Oda's. There she was, smiling at his lame and phony compliments like they all did, before slapping him in the face unless he paid them. I see you two already met. Adam, why didn't you tell me you were roommates from this world? She hid her face in her tiny hands, blushing. Stop pulling my leg, sir. Adam sat down between them. just to make sure his friend wouldn't get too close to her. Sandra, James, Sandra. Really, man? Miss, please call me Oda. All my friends do. Oda! Looking into his eyes, Sandra wondered, "You don't look Asian. I mean, isn't Oda an Eastern name?" Boasting with pride, he told her about his family of Asian descent and how, in his grandfather's native country, people would address each other by their first names. He went on for a couple minutes, puking out his knowledge to impress her, which made Adam yawn a few times. She too was bored and waited for him to finish, since to clap her hands. I'm so glad I finally got to meet one of Adam's friends. Oda fought back. Nah, a friend would have introduced me to such a fine woman to me. I'm sure he thought he could keep you for himself forever. Hey, I like that, man. We're just roommates, nothing more. Oda! He expected her to join his side, but she stayed quiet for a while. Such a disgrace. Can't you see how beautiful she is? Man, I'm gonna punch him right in the... I'm gonna end the video right here. I know it's a little earlier than normal, but we're at a decision arc, and there's no time after I click this how far it'll be before I get to the next decision arc to stop the video. So it's better to do it when it's a safe choice than opposed to just rambling on for another 20-30 minutes, possibly not being another arc. First thing we'll do is make sure I save it. And once again, if you're enjoying this video, link's in the description. Go pick it up. Buy the game yourself. Support the creators and the artists and the publishers who make these type of games. If you're enjoying my video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified when my videos go live every day, noon and 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me streaming on Twitch at Haunted Husband. You can find me posting things on Twitter at Haunted_Husband. As always, I hope you're having a good day, and I'll haunt you later. Oda!